Hi, I'm Squiggles here with another game on Xel Naga Caverns. The last game was a TVT. This one is going to be a TVZ featuring imbaBratOK versus OK versus mTwDIMAGA. BratOK versus Dimaga. Again, it's red versus blue. Terran versus Zerg. So same map, different players, different races. Well, one of the same races, but different races overall. So this should be an entirely different game than the one I just cast, and if you have not seen that game, that was a pretty epic TVT between Select and MVP, so you should probably check that out if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much. I am glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully this game will be as good, if not better, than the last one. That's always the hope, right? Every game you watch, you want it to be epic, and you want it to be better than the last one. Although, if that were actually true, even if it was just an incremental increase, it would be really hard to do that, to keep one-upping yourself. Because I've seen some epic games, and I don't know how much more epic they could really be. So, I guess as long as they're good, that is the most important thing. All right. Well, I am feeling rested and happy and ready to cast this game. I did do something over the weekend. There was an FXO Malaysia LAN tournament that I co-cast. Well, I co-cast the first day with Railcoon. I've been casting with FXO a lot, actually. You can check that out over on their YouTube page, which is FX Open Esports, or on their owned account, which is owned.tv/FX Open Esports. Yes, indeed. It's quite fun, quite cool, and I've been casting them, like I said, quite a bit. So if you ever are bored or want to check out some other games or want to hear my melodious voice as I cast some Starcrafts, you can head over there to see more of my work. A different style. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. I think it's very apparent, but that's because I'm a commentator, that when you cast by yourself or when you cast with somebody else, like, the styles are just totally different. Because I have to talk a lot when it's just me, right? As much as I would love to have you with me so we could just talk and about random stuff as we enjoy StarCraft together, no, I have to do all the talking, which is fine. It's what I signed up for, and I enjoy doing it. But sometimes it's nice when you're dual casting with somebody else to get their insight into what's going on, to see what they had for lunch, what their favorite movie is, because these things are vital to the ebb and flow of the game of StarCraft. But it's just, you know, it's fun to watch and talk about the game with other people, which, if you have not done that, I would recommend all of you who either don't have a friend that watches StarCraft, or you have friends but you never really watch StarCraft together, check it out. Try watching a game of StarCraft by yourself. It's actually, or I'm not by yourself, but with other people. It's actually really fun, and it's an entirely different experience. I've been lucky enough to go to BlizzCons, to go to MLGs, stuff like that, and just the whole energy in the room is amazing. So even if you're at home and you watch games with somebody else, you get a different experience, and it's pretty awesome. So I would definitely recommend doing that. That was quite the tangent I got off on, wasn't it? Okay, well, I am back, and let's actually talk about the game now. Phew! Some of you guys are very, very happy that I'm going to be talking about the game. So we did have a 1-Rax Fast Expand coming out for BratOK, and then he added on a factory. Going to get some Reactor to Hellions on the way. And for Dimaga, we went with a 14-14. He got a hatchery as well, and now he is adding on, it looks like a Roach Warren, still on 1 gas at the moment, and doing a good job of just droning, which is always what you want to do in the beginning of the game. And BratOK already is a little bit on the defensive side, but that's just because he's waiting to get a couple more Hellions. Maybe he's going to actually pressure with these two, or at least hunt down this pesky Zergling. Oh, the Zergling tries to give him a little juke, does not work. And now BratOK going to be taking control of both of these Xel Naga watchtowers. I'm assuming that's why they're splitting up. Nope, never mind. It was just the AI pathing going around this small cavern compared to this big cavern on Xel Naga Caverns. All right, here they go, splitting up again, actually, and meeting at this forward Xel Naga watchtower, and gonna see that now he has regained map control, at least temporarily, but there are roaches popping out literally right now. So not only is Dimaga going to be totally safe, but he actually has enough roaches to put on some pressure, totally shut down this Hellion harass. And the thing that you can do with these Hellions is, well, first of all, not engage these roaches. But if the roaches start making their way across the map like that, then these Hellions can do something like loop around this way and come back in and start attacking Dimaga. Because if he's under attack, Dimaga will have to pull these Hellions back, and he will not be able to be aggressive with them like he could be right now. You can see that he does have quite a few Hellions on the field and 1 bunker going down, but only a couple Marines right now. And wow, he has 2 factories with reactors, so he really wanted to commit to this this Hellion action. And yeah, you can see Hellions now going to be scooting up, and they're going to be doing, oh, this could actually be crazy, because I don't know if imbaBratOK can actually hold to this. He is doing a great job, actually, of holding. Oh, it is going to go down. So now these roaches are going to be inside. But meanwhile, these Hellions have done a ton of damage. So, I mean, both these guys trading blows right now. And it's going to be who takes less damage, because they have already both taken damage. It looks like BratOK will clean up the attack from the roaches, and he still has his Hellions alive. As soon as these Hellions depart, or I guess I can check it right now, we can see units-wise, there are 17 SCVs versus 20 drones. If we go to the army supplies, there we go. Okay, so it looks like BratOK is actually quite a ways ahead as far as the army goes. And defending nicely, Dimaga with these 2 queens is going to be able to stabilize. But look at this, really has nothing at his main at all, and a few drones here, but not nearly enough. So it looks like, oh, BratOK is not going to let Dimaga rest. It looks like there are more roaches on the way. Not even any more larvae are being, taken and made into drones. So now, oh, look at this, more Hellions up into the main. He's actually going to be quite happy slash, oh, not going to do as much damage, because there's really no drones left. He did manage to roast 3 drones, and now he's going to lose a lot of Hellions on the way out. He's having to run the gauntlet past these Hellions. Oh, whoa, a couple of SCVs, not sure why these guys are here. And here come the Marines trying to distract some of them. Looks like he will do that. And now look at this, 38 to 39 supply at the 9-minute and 30-second mark. That's pretty crazy. Whoa, tons more Hellions coming in for BratOK. And is he going to go into the main? Looks like he's going to split up into the main and the natural and going to roast some additional drones. These drones lining up decently well. At the same time, getting some additional roasting going on over here and actually focusing down just drones, which is what you want to do anyway. So Dimaga is going to clean up again. Their supplies still incredibly similar. Looking at the units tab now, it is 22 SCVs versus 17 drones. But BratOK, all he has is Hellions versus 9 roaches. And it looks like he's actually going to deal with these roaches by just continuing to attack. That is it, because Hellions versus roaches aren't really that good. So he's just going to keep on making Dimaga be defensive, at least for the time being. Just now, Stimpak going down. At the same time, getting some Marauders. Marauders are pretty good against roaches. And there we go. This Marauder is going to see. Oh, look at this. Nice job with this wall. The Marauder actually is able to get off lots of free shots. Here comes out some SCVs to repair. Looks like they will. Yes, they're going to be able to hold. And now 2 Marauders out. And with 2 Marauders, these roaches are absolutely done for. This one Marauder in the front taking some damage, but it's not all that much. And now Dimaga smartly focusing down some SCVs since he can't break this wall. BratOK holds, though. He does hold. He has a lair. And that is about it. He's going back droning now behind that attack. He was able to get some map control back. But look at this. BratOK adding on more racks. Starport, and these racks now have reactors, so going to be getting a lot of Marines. These 2 factories are totally set up to get some tech labs and go into tanks if he wants them to. Not getting that quite yet. Looks like he's actually going to go for a 3rd command center orbital. Yeah, he's getting a 3rd command center before he even starts getting tanks. And yeah, so that was pretty crazy. That was a pretty awesome intro to this game. As both players trade huge blows, and they both hurt each other economically quite a bit. So this game could go on for a while, as both of them have to redo their economy pretty much. If we go to the units tab, it looks like 28 SCVs versus 42 drones. So Dimaga, since he was able to get a little bit more aggressive and put the hurt on BratOK, not only did he do some damage, but really he was able to get some breathing room. That's the more important thing. Able to get some good droning done, and now he has 2 fully saturated bases. Oh, a little bit later than he wanted to, but that's okay. He's, better late than never. Now, BratOK does have these 2 orbitals, and he is building his 3rd command center right now. So he's actually going to be ahead on bases on Dimaga, which is not really where you want to be as the Zerg player. But at least Dimaga got some breathing room, has a decent economy now, and now it looks like he does have pathogen glands. That pathogen gland should finish before this infestor. I think it should, if he did the timing right. +1/+1 going down for Dimaga, and it looks like +1 infantry weapons. Oh, this roach somehow managed to survive, running all the way around, and now, yep, a couple of supply depots going to go down now, just so that can't happen again. And, oh, look at this. This roach scouting the drop. There were 4 Marauders. Actually, there are 4 Marauders, but Now mTwDIMAGA is going to know he's pulling back some of these roaches, and actually if there's only roaches and this medevac is able to get all of the marauders dropped and he gets a stem off, he could still do quite a bit of damage. And now it looks like Marines, nice scan there, going to kill off some of these creep tumors. The creep is actually doing quite well for mTwDIMAGA. And here we go, here comes the stem, and going to be focusing down this queen. The queen is able to get vomit larva off. That is very, very nice. And then he's just going to pick up. Hasn't lost anything quite yet. Just some health on those guys. And nice job with these Marines, too. Doing the scan, forced, there we go, mTwDIMAGA to consider at least a little bit. Like, oh, I need to split my forces. And that allowed the Marauders to come in here and get the snipe on the Queen. So, we have Infesterling Roach coming out for mTwDIMAGA. And it looks like we have Marine Marauder Tank with some medevacs thrown in, you know, because medevacs are good, for mTwDIMAGA. And what kind of upgrades? Well, first of all, where are these? This is a drop coming around here. Gonna drop, just get a couple free shots off. Doesn't really want to lose any units, just, you know. And got to be careful. Oh, there goes the one. And I think he actually has an up. Yep, is he going to be able to fungal one last time? He fungals, but look at that. Nice drop going down. So he is going to be able to save at least some of these units. And oh, gets away. And no! Oh, wow, that was crazy. I thought mTwDIMAGA was going to be able to get away there for a second, but did not manage to do it. These infestors using a lot of energy, actually, to clean that up. But they were able to clean it up. So mTwDIMAGA now with a nice little supply lead. And also, look at this, taking, oh no. And here's the fungal. It looks like the infested Terrans are already on the way. Another fungal, is it going to go down? Yes, it is. And this is going to go down. So 2 drops now have been killed by mTwDIMAGA. And mTwDIMAGA has not really done much, especially with that second drop. That second drop didn't do anything. Oh, these poor 3 Marines. What a terrible place to be stationed at the Xel Naga Watchtower. I mean, it's good real estate, but nothing they could really do. Going to go ahead and die there. Oh, so he does see... mTwDIMAGA sees that mTwDIMAGA has killed off these rocks, so he's going to know that he wants to expand. Looks like mTwDIMAGA has, he could probably split these Marines a little bit better, considering a couple of fungals will absolutely wreck them. He does have siege tanks, though, and here comes the attack before the siege tanks are completely sieged. Nice damage being done by these siege tanks, but great fungals as well, and a ton of Zerglings coming in here. Could possibly clean up. All of the SCVs have been pulled at the natural as they desperately try to survive. This siege tank, how is it still alive? It is at 5 hit points and has 11 kills. It finally goes down, but it looks like mTwDIMAGA will hold and actually takes a supply lead after that clutch defense. Meanwhile, though, the hatchery has finished for mTwDIMAGA. Let's take a look at the units tab. It looks like 45 drones versus 32 SCVs. So mTwDIMAGA getting some additional work done as far as killing part of the economy of mTwDIMAGA, but mTwDIMAGA managing to survive that quite well, and now he is going to do his little push back as he has tanks starting to siege them in a little nimble line. What an amazing fungals going on there, killing a bajillion Marines. That is actually, yeah, a bajillion Marines, and that's definitely going to slow down mTwDIMAGA, but somehow still with the supply lead, at least for a little bit, and now putting some pressure on this hatchery. He could lose the hatchery, and he has to be careful not to attack into these Marines too much because there are siege tanks who are just waiting for mTwDIMAGA to overextend. Look how mTwDIMAGA is being so patient, not moving up these siege tanks at all. But it looks like the hive has finished, and there is a Ultralisk Cavern on the way, 2-2 on the way. At the same time, getting adrenal glands. There are lots of Marines and lots of siege tanks being made. +1 armor is going to finish up, so it's going to be +1/+1 for the Terran player. And here we go, lots of Lings coming in here and cleaning up actually all of the siege tanks. That's good, very, very good for mTwDIMAGA, and nice fungals going down at the same time, but the siege tank line just goes too far back, and they are mTwDIMAGA is going to hold that position. Looks like mTwDIMAGA is actually expanded over here. Hasn't quite used it quite yet, but that's okay. I said quite a few times there. But mTwDIMAGA expanding at this location and has this hatchery still. Hasn't really been able to mine from it. And this siege tank is just going to be in position. And now it looks like these Marines are going to stem run up here. And I think, yeah, this hatchery is definitely going to go down. Nothing that mTwDIMAGA can do. Not even going to attempt to save it this time. It would just be a waste of units, to be perfectly honest. And the siege tank just going to be padding his kill meter a little bit. Couple Marine kills, plus a whole bunch of units that would have died anyway. Oh, never mind. Just 2 kills. We'll say those are just Marine kills. All right, fair enough. Okay, so it looks like more Zerglings about to pop here, and oh, wow, they're so lucky. They popped and didn't actually die. Look at this. I love these positions right here. I mean, there's just really nothing that the Zerglings are going to be able to do. And a couple Marines just going to come down here scouting, trying to kill, you know, cocoons, because that's what you do, I guess. And Marine's going to attempt, and oh, he is going to see, if he looks, that there are Ultralisks done. and Ultralisks out on the field. Looks like here comes a nice attack by mTwDIMAGA, but nothing is actually there, so not as good as it could have been. He does scout the mTwDIMAGA, though, and the mTwDIMAGA is going to be like, oh, look, Lings, Ultras, and Infestors. I see. And what is mTwDIMAGA's response? Well, he has a lot of racks. It looks like he has more racks down here, and he's adding on tech labs on all of them, so going to be getting some Marauders to deal with those Ultralisks, which are so scary when you get a few of them. But and the other cool thing is that Ultralisks and Broodlords actually jive really well if you're going Lings and Banelings. We don't see Banelings this game, but just because the upgrades are the same, so it is quite nice. It looks like we have numinatized. I always butcher that word, but it's not a P. I know that. But he's getting that upgraded, which is going to allow his Overlords to do some shenanigans. So you got to watch out for that. These Lings want to do some shenanigans too, but there are a couple of siege tanks being protected by supply depots there, so I don't think anything's going to happen. mTwDIMAGA has had this spot up here for a while. There is no defense here at all for him, and he's not been harassed at all. So just kind of a free base being had. It looks like mTwDIMAGA does have about a 20 supply lead right now. mTwDIMAGA has no upgrades for his siege tanks at all, but siege tanks are pretty good just by themselves. That's a lot, actually. 8 siege tanks, and they are all moving out. And what else does mTwDIMAGA have? He has a couple of Marauders, but he has the potential. Here we go. Lots of Marines and Marauders are going to be joining the fray, I guess. It's not even a fray. It's just establishing a forward operating base. There goes down the command center, and here comes the planetary fortress. This Overlord sees it, and he is not happy at all. But there is nothing he can really do about it. I mean, he's fast. He can scoot all over the place. Those are the shenanigans I was talking about, but he can't actually do much else. Look at this. Overlord seeing this, going to be throwing down creep in disrespect. And here comes some Lings. That's all you really need because there is no defense here at all. Even an Ultralisk just wanted to show his presence, see if he can get any kills. There goes the lift, so Orbital not going to take any damage at all. But nice job by mTwDIMAGA, just spreading out Overlords and getting some nice creep going on. And even creeping in the main, no reason not to. Okay, so still, but the main army of mTwDIMAGA just chilling in the middle by his finished planetary fortress. And where is he going to attack? We see the majority of the Zerg units right here, the majority of the Terran units right here. Looks like they're both going to go for the Xel Naga Watchtower, or at least move over here a little bit. And here comes the creep up with the siege tanks. And this siege tank line is pretty scary, not going to lie. One Ultralisk absolutely getting demolished, not really killing anything. And here comes the Marines and Marauders to support. Meanwhile, a swing around with these Ultras and the Lings, and it looks like nice job using those infestor abilities, of course, the fungal growth to absolutely destroy. And here comes mTwDIMAGA coming around from the back and from the side. Nice flank going on by mTwDIMAGA. Is he going to be able to break mTwDIMAGA? It looks like he may actually be able to. A lot of Marauders left, and these Marauders, look at the damage they're doing to these Ultralisks. That's disgusting amounts of damage. Oh, the Ultralisk lives with 1 hit points. He has 500 hit points and he lived with 1. What? What? Just how is that even? No way. I just call shenanigans. He needs a whole bunch of queens to come over here and transfuse him about 500 times so he can get back up to his maximum health. Oh, there goes the most temporary unit, I guess. That's a good word for it. Most temporary of the Zerg army. But they are just going to go ahead and die, not really doing anything to the Marine and Marauder combo. And here we go. Siege Tank's getting in this money position again. He is floating over his orbital here, wants to keep this bit. So, wow! Whoa! Oh, whenever this happens, I have to look. I mean, there's something going on over here, but we'll just look right here because we need to see this income. It's going to shoot up. That's so sick. Look at this. Is he going to hit 2K? That's the real question. There we go. Breaking to 25, 28. Is he going to hit 3K? Oh, I thought maybe he could, but I mean, look at the difference. He has 5 times as much economy going on right now as his Zerg opponent, and the Zerg actually has twice as much workers. So that is the power. That is the power. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like mTwDIMAGA does have quite a nice supply lead, and he is going to be just wrecking, throwing stuff up on the high ground. There were some Marauders that were dropped over there to try to help. It looks like the siege tank will go down to the infested Terrans, and look at this. The gold base has been broken yet again. This time, though, the orbital can actually lift, and he's like, haha. And I think this may be enough for mTwDIMAGA. No. Nice building placement right here. The big old elephants, they can't actually get through here, and yet the Terran player can. So he's able to run forward, do damage, and run back. Nice defensive formation there. Doesn't help so much against Zerglings, but definitely helps against those Ultralisks. Okay. So it looks like iMbaBratOK now, what is he going to do? Because he did lose this base down here during that fight. So he is actually on what? He's on no bases mining, and that's why his economy is so low. That makes sense. That makes actually a lot of sense. Meanwhile, mTwDIMAGA still has some minerals left at his natural, but the big thing is this gold base. And he just needs to keep this gold base, and he'll be in phenomenal shape. You can see so many drones, but they have to go an incredibly far distance. And so iMbaBratOK needs to actually win pretty soon. And it looks like mTwDIMAGA knows that. Is going to be putting down a lot of bunkers, which won't finish. Is stimming, is running back, and this could be it. So many Marauders, and I don't actually think there's enough Zerglings to take the fire. So there goes a whole bunch of Ultras. And these Marauders, if they come forward with a couple of tanks, could absolutely devastate the Ultralisk ball. It looks like they're stimming forward, and nope, going to go ahead and fall back. There are still 4 Ultras, one of them very, very hurt. And here comes another drop. Just going to be killing off some drones, picking them up because you know what? He can't actually do much. There we go. Transfuses going off. Yeah, those transfuses actually heal for quite a bit. Doesn't need 500. Actually, it needs 3. So that is good to know. All right, looks like another little drop coming down here for mTwDIMAGA, and he is going to get the queen, who couldn't transfuse or couldn't vomit larva if she wanted to. But I mean, iMbaBratOK is just in quite a pickle right now. He needs to keep spending money to have an army. mTwDIMAGA now taking a supply lead, and it looks like he will lose this drop. May actually even lose the medevac. Nah, nope, no, he's not going to. The queen's going to run back. Needed to get the transfuse off on the elephants. But, I mean, at this point, mTwDIMAGA, he's got a good number of Marines, a good amount of Marauders, and some siege tanks, and that I think is going to be too much for iMbaBratOK to handle, considering iMbaBratOK doesn't really have a base that's mining. This is, like, worst case scenario is what's going on right now for iMbaBratOK. So this game really is mTwDIMAGA doing a great job of just denying expansions and sniping expansions. That's really what this game is coming down to. And look at this. Looks like mTwDIMAGA is actually going to be expanding again. He is having gas troubles, but not money troubles. And iMbaBratOK is having money troubles, not gas troubles. Here comes a big engagement, and losing a couple of Ultras is not something that he can really do. Nice fungal going down, but he's just the Ultra's taking too much damage. Losing a couple more Ultras. Look at the supply. I mean, Ultras take a lot of supply, right? So every time you lose one, it's a lot of supply. There's the GG. So mTwDIMAGA able to strangle iMbaBratOK, just able to really cripple his economy, not let him get going the way he wanted to, and that is the game. Awesome job by mTwDIMAGA. That was really cool. Just, you know, forcing iMbaBratOK to defend in a lot of places, not really letting iMbaBratOK be aggressive, and not letting him expand a lot either. So pretty cool playstyle coming out from mTwDIMAGA. Definitely deserved that win. Well, that is the end of this game, as the GG indicates. Thank you for watching. Please leave comments. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you soon. Squiggles out.